Connie Brower here from Falmouth, Nova Scotia. I have sad news today about a little child that was killed, murdered by a foster family in Ontario. Her name is Katelynn Sampson. She's a 7-year-old girl who was apparently given to family that with known drug problems to be looked at. I just want to read you some of these things. I'll just read this to you and then you'll see how disgusted I am with the authorities. 5-year-old Jeffrey Baldwin, this is another child, suffered such abuse and deprivation he weighed 21 pounds when he died. Randall Dooley was beaten to death, literally. The 7-year-old boy had 13 broken ribs, a brain injury, a lacerated liver, and a tooth in his stomach. 3-year-old Cassandra Shepard died after a severe blow to her head. After all the child welfare lessons that should have been learned from these horrific abuse cases, we would have thought that another inquest and death of a child at the hands of troubled caregivers under the watch of the Children's Aid Society, get it, the Children's Aid Society, scumbags, would never be needed. Yet the murder of 7-year-old Katelynn Sampson and the apparent blindness on the part of so many adults in her life to the abuse she was suffering shows that this is not the case. At the end, there were no fewer than 70 wounds on her little body. Think about it. How long does it take to count to 70? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 wounds on her body. Alarm bells were ringing and no one was responding, Superior Court Justice John McMahon said Wednesday when he sentenced Katelynn's legal guardian to life in prison. A coroner's inquest is certainly needed, and it must have the broadest scope possible to identify every person and procedure that failed this girl. With all that we know about the vulnerability of children, how on earth can two children's agencies let a little girl fall through the cracks of their paper-shuffling bureaucracy? This article was written by The Star. I give credit to them. How can school officials not do more to follow up when a little girl covered in bruises and burns stops coming to school altogether? Did the neighbors not see anything? But an inquest is not enough. There is no doubt in simply recommending more rules if they are either unworkable or will be ignored. Years of court cases, inquests, pediatric death review committee reports, and internal children's aid reviews have led to an increasing number of laws, rules, and procedures to follow. Yet somehow children like Katelynn are still dying. That's why Children's Minister Eric Hoskins cannot sit back and think that his ministry has done all it can. Yes, the government did fix the terrible law that allowed Katelynn's mother to hand her off to a crack-addicted friend with a record of violent offenses. Excuse me? This is coming from the Children's Aid. Children's Aid cannot get anything done unless they go to court. Stupid idiots. The courts allowed this to happen. I'm calling for your head, Eric Hoskins. Ken Richard, gag me. Executive Director of Native Child and Family Services said that after, quote, extensive investigation and internal reflection, he is satisfied that his staff did everything. Are you kidding me? He is satisfied that his staff did everything that's required under our charter as a children's aid society. Well, here I got news for you guys. I've been studying the children's aid for a long time. The children's aid are completely incompetent. They are godlike creatures that do what they want. And they are enabled by the courts. The courts sit there and say, approved, approved, approved. Take the baby, approved. Give this baby to someone else, approved. Gutless wonders. The government saw fit to appoint a commission to make child welfare more cost effective. How about a commission with a mandate to make it better? The system that failed Katelynn, Jeffrey, Randall, and Cassandra can fail the next little boy or girl too. I'm telling you people, it's time for a revolution. Our court system, our family law system is so corrupt, so incompetent. It is targeting ordinary innocent parents and taking their children away while neglecting the most vulnerable, the children that are being abused. It neglects them because it's so bogged down in crap from he said, she said kind of stuff, and take away the babies. Because you know what? They don't make any money unless they take away the babies. If there's no babies, there's no funding. I can't stand the children's aid. I will speak up against the children's aid and any court who abuses families. And I want Kenn Richard to resign, and I want Eric Hoskins to resign. You bags of shit. Everybody get behind me in this. We can't have another child die from this lack of incompetence and stupidity that these people do. Dismember the children's aid all across Canada and create something else, but certainly not a children's aid that is so neglectful, incompetent, and top heavy with bureaucracy and funding, donations, and what have you. I wouldn't give them a damn cent because they're useless, bloody twits. Everybody, write to your Ontario Justice Minister. Connie Brower out.